Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and in this video I'm going to show you how to put together June's Cutest Cows card packet. So I should say in this video I'm going to show you how to put together this card, and then this card I have in another video that I've included in the description, so you can find that card there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this card here. So in your packet, we're going to bring out the not Shy Shamrock. This is Summer Splash, one of our new in colors. Love this color. I'm going to leave this card up here just so you can see it for reference. This is a simple card. However, I think it's really cute. And thank you to Leanne Livingstone. She's the one that created the card, and then I used it here. I had to share it because it's cute. I'm going to take my gems first of all and just set them up here so I don't lose them, and I'll have them for later. Okay, so before we get started, I want to show you that this is how your card comes in the packet, but I want to show you how I made it really quick. So I took a circle die from the, what is this called? Stylish Shapes. It's this one right here. So I think it's third from the center, and I laid it on the cardstock, cut a circle, and then I took the new embossing folder called Dotted Circles, and I lined up that embossing folder with that circle that has been die cut and got that pattern so it matched your circle. So that's how I made this piece here. Okay, just so you know, in case you want to recreate the card at a later date. Wait, my envelope is in the way too. I'm going to move him out of the way. Okay, so we can start with our stamping. We have three pieces of basic white and one tag, I guess, of that, what is that called? Petunia Pop. Really pretty color. Now the Petunia Pop I die cut from that same Stylish Shape dies. It's just the tag right there that fits inside that great big one. Okay, and we're going to use black Memento ink. Let me find that. And why is my black Memento ink? Here it is. Okay. And I'm going to stamp first of all using, let me put the stamp set so you can see that too. This, It's Your Special Day, in that black Memento ink. I'm going to practice once on my practice paper just to make sure. I might get my head in the camera, so bear with me. I'm going to put it in the center of my little tag, and you know what? I need a dark piece of paper. Trying to stamp that white on white isn't working, so let me go that route. There we go. So we're stamp just like that. Then on this little tag, we're going to stamp the words, "Milk it for all it's worth." And once again, I'm going to practice on my scratch sheet. There we go. And then try to get it straight here on that little tag. This is for the inside of the card. There we go. Okay. And then the larger white piece is going to be the inside panel of our card. Let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that little cow body that has the udders, so he's facing the right way. So like I said, there's two different cow bodies in the stamp set. This is the one that has the udders, if that helps. That's what I'm using. Although for the inside of the card, you could probably, you could stamp whatever you want. But when it's time to color, we'll at least have that. And I'm only going to stamp the body. We're going to punch his head. Then we need those little milk. I'm trying to think what they're called. I'm at a loss. Oh, well, we're going to stamp one. And then I'm going to just stamp kind of another one. And just kind of decorate the inside of our card here. Okay? So there we go. That's the inside. Set that aside to dry. Now on this piece, we're going to stamp two heads and a body. So with the body that doesn't have the udders, the one that coordinates, that's not the right one, the one that coordinates with the punch, we're going to stamp that down here at the bottom like this. Woo! It's all safe. I did drop it, but it's all good. I didn't get all inky. Then we're going to stamp a little head here. And see how I turned my paper so now the cow body's that way? This just makes it easier when you're trying to punch these pieces out. And then I'm gonna take the little winky face, I guess you'd call him, and stamp him down here like that. Okay, now like I said, when you punch them out, it's just gonna be a little bit easier. And now we're all done stamping for this card. Let's go back to the front to those little cows. Now, I have already colored a cow in, so you don't have to watch me color, but let me tell you what I used. So for his body, find my markers here, I just use a Stampin' Right marker. So I like him in black. I'm sure there's other colors. I'm hoping that since you have the stamp set, you've colored cows before, but I used a black Stampin' Right marker, just that bullet tip, and colored in all his spots and his little, I call them bangs, but maybe is a tuft of hair there. And then I used the light petal pink, but depending on how markers or what you use, but there you go. And then I colored his little snout, and I did include, let me see if I can show you up close, a little bit of color on his ears. Okay, so that's how I colored those. Like I said, I don't want to make you sit here and watch me color. I think you could do that on your own. So we're going to punch out those 3 pieces. I'm going to start with the cow heads first because they won't interfere with anything when I use the punch. So one little cow head and another little cow head, and then you can slip your cow body into there. Oop, I might have to, let me trim off, I cut him a little high. I need to cut off just a little bit so my punch will fit in there and get to that cow body. But this way, because you can see how the cow head, if we would have done the cow body first, it would have punched into our cow heads. This way, boom, we got them all done. Okay, let's pick our pieces that we need. We need a little cow body. We don't need that head. We need that head, and we need that head. Let's go ahead and put our card together. Okay, this card base here is scored for you at 4 1/4, so we're just gonna fold on that score line. Oop, I didn't do very good. And then we're gonna add our designer series paper. Now here, I guess you could pick a pattern. I like this pattern better, so that's what I'm gonna use. Just a little bit of tape runner on the back. We might have to get rid of my scratch paper because it's bugging me. Now, looky here, sometimes when you score paper, you have one side that's a little bit longer than the other. I just suggest you put that in the back. You could also take your paper trimmer and trim that down, but it doesn't bother me. I just, like I said, I just set it in the back. Okay, and then with a little bit of liquid glue, I'm going to glue this embossed piece onto the front there and try to get it centered with a nice border all the way around. I might need a new liquid glue. I don't think I do, but you never know. Okay, just a little bit goes a long way. I'm gonna center that here on my card. Just like that. Now, again, it's your card. If you want to put that up on dimensionals, however you want it, that's just how I'm gonna do it. This little heart here in Petunia Pop, I have die cut from the this little heart here, and this is the radiating stitch dies. We're gonna pop him up on dimensionals. Okay, and why don't I have any, here's some dimensionals, we'll use these. So I don't know if you've noticed, but I have my dimensionals set up now that I take them from the back, and I'm gonna have a video soon how I did that. So then I don't have little release papers to move all the time. So there we go, have my little cow. I'm gonna just take some of that liquid glue on the back of my tag here and place that up here in the corner, straight along the edge of that embossed piece. And then the same thing for our cow. I'm gonna just take him, a little bit of liquid glue, and set him down here. And I'm going to have his tail go off just a little bit off of that paper, so it looks like that. And then his head, I'm going to put on dimensionals again. Well, there we go. Now I got extra dimensionals, and I'm going to just set that, well, I might have to add a little bit more glue, just at an angle here on the front. Let me put a little bit more glue behind my cow body here. It might take a little bit extra glue because of that embossing. I'm going to take a block and set it on him and let him dry. For the inside though, I'm going to take our sentiment here, and just with some tape runner, and set it amongst our milk tins. That's what they're called. It came to me right here. If you're one of those people like me that usually don't have a lot to say, it's nice to decorate the inside, and then you have less space to write a message. Okay, and then we're going to take his little head here and just attach to that body, which I forgot to color. I will color that real quick. It won't take long. Whoop. Just take my marker here. Don't forget his hooves. And I hope you take your time and do a better job of coloring than I have, but I'm going to try to do a quick video so you don't have to sit and watch a lot. Okay, a little bit on his tail. And then I'm going to take that petal pink again and just touch those little udders. Just like that. Okay, let's put that on the inside of our card. And just that quick and simple, we have one card down. Oh, see, I would have forgot my gems. We're going to stick some gems on there real quick. Okay, so the big one, I'm going to put one right up here. I'm going to take another large one and set it on my heart right here. And then that little one, I'm going to just take and layer right there. Now our card is complete. And look how cute that little card is. So just a quick shout out, thank you to Leanne for sharing and for showing me the card. Okay, let's go to the next card. The next card is the crumb cake in purple. So it looks like this. Bring all of our pieces and parts out, get those gems out. Set the gems aside so I don't lose them. Okay. So in this one, your packet, your card base will look different. Don't forget, I don't usually stamp my envelopes because I wait until I mail it out so I don't lose the envelope that goes with the card. But don't forget to stamp on your envelopes too. Anyway, let me bring the card back in. So in your packet, your card base is already cut into this barn door shape, or barn door that. But I thought I would show you really quick how I did that, like I said, in case you want to recreate some cards yourself. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cardstock, which is just half a sheet, and I'm going to line it up at the 4 1/4 inch over here. I need to stand up, do this. Now with my trimmer, I have a light and a dark. The dark is what cuts, and I'm going to cut down to 2 3/4. So I'm gonna just press here and cut down till I get to that 2. There's a little notch here on the side and I have it lined up with the 2 3/4. And then I'm going to lift up, don't move your paper, lift up my trimmer arm, move that cutting blade out, and then I'm gonna score the whole thing here. Now, the reason I did it that way is because if you try to cut on a score line, you get a really jagged edge. So I wanted to make sure I cut first and then scored, and then that way my edge is nice and smooth. Then I'm gonna take my cardstock here, and now my cut is on the inside of my trimmer. I'm gonna line it up to 2 3/4. Bring in that cutting blade again, and now I'm gonna cut down to my 4 1/4, or I'm gonna bring that notch down to this cut line. And we're just gonna cut away that corner. And you can kind of feel when it's cut clear through. And then we have the piece here that's ready for your barn door. And it's scored so that the bump of the score line, which I like to be on the inside of my card, is on the inside too. So let's go ahead and fold that over. And then there you go. You have a piece that's all set. Okay, let me bring the card in for reference so you can see. We're going to bring in, let me show you the inside. Oh, I don't have anything on the inside. Although I think on my card today, I'm gonna stamp some flowers down here. So we're gonna stamp on the inside piece, which is the large white piece. My circles on this one are cut from the Spotlight of Nature dies. These are amazing dies. It comes with actually the 2 sets of circles, and you can see I've used this circle here. I've used the circle with the dashes here, and then I use the radiating circle here, just 3 layerings. Now, I think these dies are unavailable right now. That's just how popular they are. Stampin' Up! Is having trouble keeping them in stock, but they'll be back soon. So we're going to, and then, oh, I should show you this tag. This tag I die cut from, what's this one called? This is called the Delicate Forest dies. It's this banner die right there. That fits perfect with that, let me find the stamp set. Oh, this Simply Said Celebrate, or Simply Said stamp set, the Let's Celebrate the Happy Birthday and the Thinking of You fit perfect in there. So we're gonna stamp on these 3 pieces, and I'm gonna bring in that black Memento ink, stamp those flowers. I'm gonna practice once on my paper. Yep, looks good. And then I'm gonna stamp those right in the circle here. Try to get them centered. Let that ink sink in. And then, like I said, I want to decorate the inside of my card. So down here in the corner, and then that way they won't be visible from the front because the front panel and the circles will cover them up. I'm going to stamp those too. Set those aside. Bring in that little tag. And this time I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape ink. And that sentiment stamp that says Happy Birthday. Practice once on my paper. Make sure I don't stamp, well, I guess if I stamp it upside down, it wouldn't matter. I could just turn it over, but I'm gonna stamp it right side up in the center there. Hopefully I got it straight, and hopefully I didn't get my head in the camera, but. And there we go. Look how cute that is. I love how those fit in that die cut. Okay, now it's time to color. And I'm not going to color the inside. I'm going to color the front. I'll color the inside later, so you don't have to watch me do that. So I'm going to start with some pecan pie. I'm going to start with the light. In fact, I'm going to put the gems in the center of the flower. So and I lied. That is not right. I'm going to use wrong color, wrong card. I'm going to use Highland Heather, and I'm not going to color the inside. I'm going to just color the flower with the light Highland Heather, the inside. See how it has 2 insides? When I say the inside, I mean that little tiny inside is going to be covered with our gems. So I'm going to just color I'm not gonna make it two-toned. If I wasn't gonna put my gems there, I would color the darker on that inside circle. There we go. And then we need some yellow to go around our flowers. I'm going to just use the dark Daffodil Delight really quick. Although I think the light daffodil would work. You could also use your Stampin' Write markers. They would work just as well here too. I'll tell you though too, with the blends, the Stampin' Blends alcohol markers, if you leave the tip of your marker on your paper, they will bleed. So just be careful that you don't leave your marker tip on your paper for too long. And I like to color with the bullet tip, maybe because I have a heavy hand and I press too hard, but I think the bullet tip works just fine like that. Okay, now let's color our leaves. I'm going to use, I think in this case, I'm going to use my Stampin' Write marker. And like I said, I like to use the bullet tip. And I'm going to just, I'm not going to worry about shading. I'm just going to color them in, get a nice bright green there. You could take your time, use your Stampin' Blends, and shade and color each little leaf. I bet that would look pretty. Like I said, I'm going to just slap some color on there for now so I can finish my card. And I think if you watch my videos, you know that coloring, some people find it very relaxing. I find it just irritating. So I am not a fan of coloring. And that's not a good thing. Maybe I should try to change that. But for now, I'm going to just do it quick and simple. And look how pretty now we have our little focal point of our card. And I think that's all the stamping. So let's go ahead and put our card together. We might as well go ahead and put the inside on the inside of our card here. These two pieces, the basic white and the designer series paper, that layer will go together. And then right here, on the front of our card, that so far so good. Let's layer our circles. Ooh, before we layer this circle, you're gonna have to push out all those little pieces of cardstock around the edge. There, I think I have them all out now. Take the confetti now and put it in the trash. Okay, we're gonna layer this, and these are all just layered. Well, when I did them all flat. Of course, like I said before, it's your card. If you wanna put some dimensionals under there, that would look really pretty too. I'm going to just lay them all. Does that look pretty good? Whoop, I moved it now. Yeah, there we go. And then take this little circle here. There we go. And lay this in the center here. And look how pretty that piece is. Okay, now we need to attach this to our card. And we want to make sure we only have adhesive on the bottom. We don't want any adhesive up here. So I'm going to take my circle here and make sure I have the bottom. This is the bottom, and add a lot of adhesive down here. All right, and then I'm going to just put some adhesive in the middle here, right along the top, and that way when you add your circle, drum roll, see if I did okay. You only have the adhesive, so there's none back here on the card, and it won't, just like that, okay? This piece, though, I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. This, set this. Look, shoot, there's one thing, I forgot to put my grass down here, and I've already put it on my card. Let's see, so make sure, shoot, you stamp your grass. In the stamp set, there's that little sprig, a cute, adorable, love this stamp. Where to go? Right here, the little grass, and shoot, we should have stamped that before, but watch, it'll be fine. And we hardly see any of it. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Woo, that was a close one. Just a little bit of grass there along the bottom. Now let's put our tag there along our grass line. Let's get it centered. And there we go. Put this away. Let's put our gems on, and then we'll just have to put our bow on, and then we'll be good to go. So the 3 of the larger gems I put in the center of the flowers. Well, maybe in the center. There we go. Like that, and then the 2 little gems I put on the extra, or the sides of my sentiment one right here. And then the other one right there. Now we just need our little bow. Now, if you watch my YouTube channel, last night I posted how you can tie a bow with a fork, and that would work really well here. My fork isn't here, so I'm gonna just wing it and tie a little bow here. I'll find that video and put that in the description as well. There we go. Let's see, does that look about the right size? Ooh, he's curly Q, isn't he? Yep. Whoop, I think this side's a little bit bigger. Let's make this one a little smaller. Then I'm gonna just take a glue dot here and kind of roll it in half. So he's long and skinny. Set him right here on my cardstock.